Now that you've completed your lab, it's not time to go yet. We're really careful about how we dispose of things. And the first thing I want to talk about is broken glass. Every lab has one of these containers. It's a blue and white cardboard box that's lined with a plastic bag. And let's see what's in here. Graduated cylinders that are broken, beakers, thermometers, any kind of broken glass has to go in this container. Another thing that actually before you're done with your experiment, and I alluded to a couple times, is we don't leave bottles and containers open in the lab. You don't know how volatile these things are and what kind of effect they can have on you. So it's important to always cap immediately after getting out your sample or pouring out your sample. Solid waste means exactly what it says, solid waste. So if you're weighing something out and you got too much, don't put it back in the bottle. It goes in solid waste. If you spilled some on the counter while you were getting some out, don't put it back in the bottle, don't put it in the trash can. We're gonna use a paper towel to clean it up. We always wipe off the counters. We're never gonna leave some sample on the counter because someone else will come in, they'll have no idea what that is. They could spill something else on it that could be disastrous. So the paper towel that you use goes in solid waste. Any of your magnesium oxide or something you generated during our crucible lab, that can be scraped off into our solid waste. If it's solid, then this is where it goes. Filter paper, used filter paper, still has some contamination, so we will put it in solid waste. Any unreacted magnesium ribbon we can put in solid waste. For liquids, what we're going to distinguish between is pure water. If you used pure water for a water bath, that could go down the sink. What cannot go down the sink is water, even with just trace amounts of anything else, any other solvent. And we separate it into inorganic, meaning metals, and organic. So remember on the periodic table, anything to the left of that metalloid kind of stair-step line is a metal. So all of our salts, you know, sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfate, all of those salts, all of those ionic compounds that have metals are going to go in our inorganic waste. So from 11, when I'm combining my strong acids and my strong bases, remember I get water and a neutral salt. Well, that neutral salt counts as inorganic waste. So even though it's mostly water, I'm going to put it in my inorganic waste because it has some metal salts. My organic waste is a lot of what we worked with, so acetone and cyclohexanes and all of my solvents that are not water-based are going to go in organic solvents. Even if there's a little bit of water in it, you're going to put the whole thing in organic solvent waste. Now sometimes you still have remaining solid left, and if you can't scrape it into this, what you need to do is, for this particular experiment, when I was using my temperature probe and generating cooling curves, what I need to do is go back to my hot water bath, put this back in there until it has become molten. Once it has become a liquid again, once it's melted, what I will do is take my acetone squeeze bottle, my acetone squeeze bottle, I will squeeze my acetone once it has melted, squeeze my acetone in here, and I will rinse it out. I'm not going to pour that acetone that I used to rinse down the sink. I'm going to pour it into my organic waste. All of the glassware I used, if it had anything besides just water, I'm going to rinse it with acetone. I'm going to pour the acetone that I used to rinse in the organic waste. Then I'm going to take that rinsed glassware over to the sink, rinse it with water, and hang it on the drying rack. Before you leave, you have to turn everything off, make sure everything is unplugged and your station is neat. You do need to wipe off the counters with a wet paper towel, or you could have points deducted from your lab.